Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Ian and today I'm going to be showing you how you can make these. They are basically the amazing Spider-Man web shooters that actually shoot better than the old ones that I made. Yeah. So anyway, let's get into it. Right, so I have actually already made some web shooters before. I've already made the Spider-Man Homecoming web shooters, and if you guys want to see that, just check it out on my channel. I made them about a week ago or something, 2 weeks ago. Eventually they kind of started getting like a little bit like floppy because like they're pretty much just foam. And like they don't even shoot that far. They don't shoot string. Well, they have a little bit of string in them now because I tweaked them up a little bit. But still, they're not that good. So that's why I'm thinking of making some other web shooters. Except I'm gonna make Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man web shooters, just because, just to try something new and eventually learn from it so I can probably make new ones. So basically, essential materials I think I'm going to use, and more materials will be shown throughout the video. I'm going to use some dental floss for the string, glue obviously, Velcro, popsicle sticks, any tape, using some fishing line too, toothpicks for the web darts, and pen springs. So anyway, let's get on with it. So I started off by cutting one small circle that will be the main base of the web shooter, and these 6 pieces, which we're going to stack up on each other on each side just to give it some layers. So I'm starting to glue those 6 pieces on each side of the cardboard circle with some super glue, just because that'll give it some bulk and some layer, so there's enough space for the nozzle where the web is going to come out. And I made sure that there's a little gap in between them for each side, because I'm going to put 3 of each on each side, so eventually it should end up looking something like this. Next, using popsicle sticks, I made this small piece right here, and basically that's the piece that'll keep the web from shooting out, so when it's lowered manually, the web will be shot out. So to get that attached on there, I made it so I used some duct tape and super glue on both sides of it. I made sure that in between the little the circular piece and the popsicle sticks was a little gap, so it can still be a flexible piece, so you can still be able to lower it down manually so the web can shoot out of the nozzle. Yeah, it should be able to move like this, so like it can still be moved up and down. Yeah. Okay, so these 2 pieces that I made are not on the template just because I feel like it won't be the same size, and it's gonna be really hard to put in the template. But basically, out of some cereal box cardboard, I cut out that little circle, and I made sure that a toothpick can still fit through it. And the other piece you saw, that little tube, was made out of paper and was solidified using some crazy glue. Okay, so we have those first pieces already painted blue. I used a metallic blue for them, and for here it still is able to bend, here I used 3 popsicle sticks and put them on here, so that can be the thing that will stop it. And I did the same thing for another one, so I'm making 2. You don't have to make 2, I'm just doing it 2. And then I also colored these blue. Now, the way I used to make those like tiny holes, I just used a screwdriver and kind of drilled with it, and then made sure that a toothpick is able to fit in them. But then the spring doesn't, so it can still launch itself out. Quick thing about these 2 pieces, they are not on the template because I think they're a little bit too complex to put on a template. Now, you guys, it's really easy to make it, because what I did was to roll out the paper. I used the center of this paintbrush, and I just rolled it on there, and then and then I kind of put glue on it so it could just like be a little bit more stiff now, and I cut the bottom circle with some cereal box cardboard. Yeah, I kind of just guessed it. They're both not the same size, so that is why I didn't include it on the template. But anyway, now what we gotta do is glue these pieces on.
Now the tip of that little tube has a little ring thing on it. So to make that, I use some cereal box cardboard, and I cut that out and wrapped it around the tube. And I put two other ones on the bottom and top, leaving a small gap. Then after that, I also painted those two blue.
Right, so now that we got those glued in, the whatever these are called where the webs come out, and it's all nice and painted, starting to take shape. We gotta start working on the web now, the mechanism. So let's do that. Okay, so quick thing, pretty much any part that kind of has to do with this like nozzle part or whatever, and the web dart, it's not included on the template because I think it's just, it just depends on the size of it. You guys are gonna have to change it up, and I don't want to put one that is like too big or too small, so you guys can like mess around with it. I think it's better like that because then there won't be right sizes and all that. So yeah, let's continue with this.
Okay, so what I did here is I got a toothpick and wrapped some paper on the tip of it, and then wrapped another smaller piece on the tip of that, so it's kind of like a lip, so whenever it gets released on like the latch thing, it has something to grab onto. And right here, I'm joining two pen springs together, and I'm going to put, actually it's three, but eventually I'm going to put two, and then they're going to go in the toothpick.
This goes in here. And quick test before we keep going. Sorry, that's my dog. So basically the bullet goes in here, and then this goes down, and it shoots. That actually hurt a little bit. So one more test. So yeah, it goes in here, and then the toothpick comes out through there. But since there's the springs attached, it should, so now whenever you bring this down, it fires out the web. So now all we gotta do is do that to the other one and make the design for it. Also, if you want to make the hole a little bit bigger so you can still pull the string through, just get an X-Acto knife and kind of like start like doing this with it. It should open it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So now now when you put it in, there's still enough space, and then when you shoot it, that happens. So yeah, let's continue. Before we continue, let's just do a quick little range test. There we go. So let's just see how far it goes first. Definitely way farther than the old web shooters that I made. Alright, so it is actually the next day because I was recording this late at night, but now we should have those two darts finished, and they should both fit perfectly in there. I actually used a drop of hot glue right here just to also keep it locked in a little bit more, so whenever it goes down, it gets a lot of distance. Oddly enough, this dart gets more range than this dart. I don't know why, but it doesn't really matter. They both shoot. And yeah, the holes are big enough. I reinforced it with a little bit more hot glue. Sorry if you hear a lot of noise. That's my dog playing with my brother. Now we pretty much got the mechanism all done, and now all we gotta work is on the design. So let's do that.
Okay, so here I cut out these two like half rings with some EVA foam. Then I folded them together and glued them and made some small like dome things. And then I painted them blue, and I also cut out these two circles out of some cereal box cardboard.
Alright, so both of the web shooters actually have like some kind of like little like green light thing that's on this side. So using an X-Acto knife, I'm gonna cut a little bit. Let me just make an estimate here. I would cut about 1.5 centimeters wide. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Okay, so I was actually wrong. So I actually cut about 2.5 centimeters, like a little bit before 2.5 centimeters. And then yeah, just do it to the other one, and we gotta glue these onto the web shooter. Now, in order to glue them for each web shooter, this is gonna be the web shooter that'll go on this hand, meaning that this, like the cut, will be facing this way, and then for this one, will be on this hand. The cut will be facing the other way. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that really quick. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so here I use some cereal box cardboard for the gears on the web shooters. Now they were a little bit too hard to include on the template, and also they aren't really super accurate. So I just tried my best, and then I colored them using a silver Sharpie. So yeah, really, like, it's not on the template because like these pieces are just way too small, so I'm kind of just going all in with it. So like they're not even like very perfect, but like I'm using cereal box cardboard and a silver Sharpie to make them look like metal pieces. But yeah, there really is no specific way to do it. Just put whatever pieces you can on there and make them look like gears, I guess. However, right here, I don't know if you can see that, but like there's like a gear here, one there, and one here, and then one here. That I went to make it as much accurate as possible, but still, and it doesn't look super accurate. But just try your best on this part, guys. And yeah, I did that for both. So I used some cereal box cardboard for the cartridges, and I folded it in this way so it can look like it has two bumps.
Right, so now those cartridges, I made them blue now, and I made a second one. So now and those actually are able to be held in with friction. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. They're able to be held in with friction. So if you just push it in with the right amount of force, not too much force because then the paint will scratch off, but with friction it will be held in. So now we gotta make the strap and something to help it shoot. So yeah, also quick thing I didn't mention, I actually put some I painted and put some cereal box cardboard right here just to hide that cardboard that was right there. So now we gotta do the strap.
For the strap, I just used some duct tape, some red duct tape, and folded that in half, and I would glue that onto the back of the web shooters. I actually eventually ended up using some hot glue to glue those straps in because for some reason super glue doesn't really work well with tape. I don't know why. Then on each side of the tape strap, I put some Velcro using hot glue as well because, like how I said, for some reason crazy glue doesn't really work well on tape. But yeah, I just had to make sure it fit me well, and it actually fit really well. So yeah, just do that now. So I forgot to record part of this, but I used some fishing line and I put it on the bottom of the latch. So when I put it around my pointer finger, I would flex my wrist down and that would make the latch go down. So then it'll release the web. And it should work something like this. And for this last step, I just attached some dental floss to the bottom of the bullet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you make the Amazing Spider-Man web shooters.
And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it on how you can make these amazing Spider-Man web shooters. Definitely way better than the Homecoming ones I made. They shoot way farther. However, reloading them is kind of hard because you got to pull the string and then tie it up and put it in the cartridge. But yeah, cartridges come out with friction, and you just put your finger in there and then through here. So when you flex your finger, I'm not gonna do it, but it'll shoot it. And no, you don't flex your finger. Sorry, flex your whole wrist, so then that'll pull down. But anyways, definitely way better than I thought. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to my main channel because I made a big announcement on there that you guys are probably going to want to see. So anyways, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.